Well, it seems like the haze is letting up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. We were actually seeing a little bit more in terms of that blue sky out there today, but I do think we are going to hang on to some of that haze as we go into the late night hours, but also as we go into our early Wednesday morning as well. A live look outside from our Eldred Roofing River Cam, and things are actually looking quite nice out there. In fact, a couple of boats enjoying the day on the water this afternoon, and temperatures are actually nice and pleasant with those dew points still hovering in the lower to even middle 60s right now. Some of us even back with those dew points in the upper 50s. Max Storm Tracker is still showing us with those mainly dry conditions. We do have a few fair weather clouds kind of dotting our skies from time to time, and that's kind of moving off of that easterly breeze off of Lake Michigan. And really the closest rain we can find is just up to our north and west, just to the west of Minneapolis. That's where it's going to stay for the time being. And we also have a few isolated showers mainly out toward the eastern half of the state, and you can see those are fizzling out pretty quickly. Now, temperature-wise, we are back in the upper 70s from Janesville to Lake Geneva, Monroe, and even Freeport back into those low 80s at this hour. Rockford now hitting 80 degrees, and earlier today, looks like we officially topped out at 82. We'll get the official reading here in the next hour or so from the National Weather Service, but a lot of these numbers are still well below average for this time of year. 81 in Rochelle, 82 in Savannah and Galena. Now in the lower 80s, but the big weather story is this ridge of high pressure, or a heat dome, really centered itself across the desert southwest. So we're talking about triple-digit heat in Phoenix, even El Paso coming in at 104 degrees. Look at Denver topping out at 96 this afternoon, and that heat dome, that area of high pressure, will be expanding a little bit more to the north and east, and that's going to allow our temperatures to rise over the next few days, and we'll eventually land in those lower 90s, it looks like, by Saturday afternoon. For tonight, though, we're looking at patchy fog, especially in the rural areas, so by early tomorrow morning we could see some of those reduced visibilities. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly clear skies, calm winds, seasonable overnight lows in the low 60s, and then for your Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds. It will be a touch warmer with highs back in those mid 80s, and then for Thursday, that heat and humidity really builds. We'll see highs in the upper 80s, and then humidity will be, or I should say the dew points will be back into the upper 60s to low 70s, and that may actually trigger a few isolated showers and thunderstorms, although right now I do think the vast majority of us will stay on the drier side. For tonight, though, we're looking at patchy fog, otherwise mostly clear for many of us. We'll dip down to around 62 degrees, and then tomorrow we're looking at more of that hazy sunshine. And then a lot of that haze should begin to clear out late Wednesday afternoon as that southerly flow begins to develop. We hit a high of 86 degrees tomorrow, so that's 3 above the average. We'll be back into the upper 60s by Thursday morning. Could see a few isolated storms during the afternoon and evening hours on Thursday, and then Friday nice and dry with mostly sunny skies. And notice on Friday and Saturday we're looking at heat index values back in the upper 90s. Officially we'll top out at 91 on Saturday afternoon with overnight lows in the low 70s, and then more storm chances moving in by Sunday and Monday, and then extending into Tuesday of next week. Here's a live look outside from our Benchmark Exterior Sky Carp Cam, and look at that, blue skies, something that we really haven't been able to talk about or see over the last few days.
It's nice to see the blue back. I've been missing it.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping the Sky Carp would be playing up there tonight, but they're in the Quad Cities.
Well, speaking of baseball, coming up in sports, the Chicago White Sox return to the diamond following a day break.